Peace, family. This is Dr. Sadiki Baye coming to you once again, every time on Saturday, with a deep topic that is essential for us to get our balance back. And I thank you for blessing me with that opportunity to come into your home to share with you what the Creator has blessed me with in honor of the ancestors. Now, I'd like for you to also view my other videos and tell me what you think about them, because I am very appreciative to be able to have something to offer, and all of us have something to offer. All of us have talents, so let's share our talents with one another, and once we do that, look how big each one of us become. So there's no need to hate or be envious of each other. Let's be grateful that some of us are still able to think and not be overly emotional. But this is a deep topic that we're going to talk about today. And the topic we're going to talk about today is about love. Love, family. And so, what is love? Love is an intense feeling and of deep appreciation or deep affection. An intense feeling of deep affection. So this is not a surface thing when we talk about love. Love is a deep thing. In other words, love is a great interest and pleasure in something or someone. Pleasure, a strong and great interest and pleasure. And that's an inside thing there. Love is not a surface thing. Love encompasses a a strong and positive. Listen, family, strong and positive, emotional and mental state of being. It's not just emotions. It's also a mental state of being. Wow. Wow, family. Let's get this thing that we call love. Love is a deep thing. Love is the ultimate of not only emotional state of being, but a mental state of being. Now, in relationships, family, love means a strong feeling or constant affection and concern of another person. Please get what I'm saying, family, because we have some strange kind of expressions and concepts of love. We need to get this. We need to go back to etymology, which means the original meaning of things. So but when we are giving things, it's already diluted, mixed, and flipped and everything. So I want to give it to you raw. I want to give it to you the way it needs to be given. And I know sometimes learning can be painful, but it's all good because you can't beat the blessings. So let's really, really be sincere in getting our balance back, because a lot of things has happened to us. A lot of things have happened to us. Now, family, in a relationship, like I said before, love is a strong feeling. I can't say this enough. A strong feeling or constant affection and caring of another person. But first, you must love yourself. Love yourself. For if you love yourself, you love God, because the essence of us is God. And always remember that we are the ancestors having a human experience. So let's keep the connection to the spiritual ancestors to lead, guide, direct, and protect us while we still down here on this earth. We need one another, family. We do. So I have in my mind right now, there are many, let me say this, there's many types of love. Many types of love. But I like to share with you the types of love that comes to my mind, and there's about five of them, five of types of love. And the first type of love is self-love. You have to have it to give it. Self-love. Number two, family love. Number three, friendship love. Number four, acquaintanceship love. And number five, romantic love. These are only five of the many types of love. Now, keep in mind, family, that love is an intense feeling of deep affection. This is not a surface thing. In other words, it's a great interest and pleasure in something or someone. And this is a deep thing. So, family, when you love someone, let's get this now, please. Let's get this. When you love someone, you not only want them in your life, you need them in your life. Whoa. Let me say that again. When you truly love someone, you not only want them in your life, you need them in your life. That's deep. The need is always greater than the want. In other words, we need each other. We got in this mess together and we got to come out together. So love is the ultimate level of your mind. Love ye one another. But first you have to have it to give it. So family, to find true love, you must first find your real self. In other words, be real. You got to find your true self, but be real. And once you're real, then you can be able to be ready to find the true self in someone else. Yes. Be true to yourself. Make it real and keep it real. And then you're ready to find someone else's real self. Everything starts from within, family. Let's remember that. Now, let me share with you, as usual, synonyms and antonyms of love. Now, the synonyms of love, there's many, but I want to share with you what comes to my mind. And the first thing that comes to mind is devotion. Devotion, fondness. Yes, tenderness, loyalty, compassion, caring, happiness. Those are some of the synonyms which are similar to love. Now, everything always have opposites, so I'm going to share with you some antonyms of love. And there are many of those. The first one comes to mind is hatred. Hatred. Yes. Also, uncaring, unloyalty, unhappiness. misery. Wow. Family, we must know the true meaning of this term that we just throw around loosely. This is a serious matter, and we must regain our balance in reference to love, because love is the ultimate level of your mind. But you have to have it to give it. And that's why I want to share with you, family. Look into it yourself. I want to give you uh, something to guide you and direct you towards, finding out for yourself. Because when you make progress, your personal efforts will mean that you will appreciate it more. So I'm going to give you what I know about love. Not what I think about love, but what I know about love. Because a wise man goes by what he knows, not what he think, not what he feel, not what he see, not what he hear, not what he touch, not what he smell, not what he taste, because that can be deceiving. It's all about what you know. Because once I know, I know. It's not an opinion anymore. I don't have to think about it anymore because I already know. So family, I just want to share with you the things that I have been blessed with through my efforts, and you don't even have to go through what I went through to get it. I want to give it to you freely. That's what you call true giving. So family, you must be willing. You must be willing to completely open up and share your feelings and your life with the other person. You must be willing to completely open up and share your feelings and your life with the other. That's what you call true love. A willingness. And the willingness is determined by how important it is to you. So if it's that important, you'll be willing to do that. Because when you truly love another person, you're actually seeing yourself. You're actually loving yourself. Because when you multiply yourself by yourself, it's always one. Remember that. 1 times 1 is 1. That's a beautiful thing, family. So you must be activated, or you must be motivated to bring out the best version of yourself in a true relationship. When you're talking about true love, you must be motivated to bring out the best version of yourself. But guess what, family? We are so messed up. Some of the versions of ourselves is kind of crazy. I'm just being real. They did a masterful job on us. And we have some funky styles of what love really is. And we feel that love is controlling the other person. No, first of all, love is about what you have to offer, your expressions of love. And it's an inside thing, family. It's emotional, yes, but it's also mental. Also mental. So be motivated to bring out the best version of yourself coming from a frame of reference of those before you. So who are the ones before us? Our ancestors, the elders, the ones that sometimes we thought was crazy because they didn't have this stupid so-called education. They don't have all these degrees and all this nonsense, but they had excellent and superior life skills, superior life skills. And we must have that first before we go into these uh, buildings that's supposed to be schools and colleges and so forth and so on. We must know who we are first. That's why everybody can integrate, because they know who they are and they never forget that. But we depend on somebody else to qualify us, to tell us who we are. That's a shame. We depend on the very ones who messed us up to straighten us up. That's a sign of insanity to the maximum. And we must understand that, family. I'm just being real. I'm giving it to you raw. I know sometimes the truth hurt, like I said before. It can be painful, but it's all good. It's only a challenge. And it's not even about the thing. It's still all about you. It's still all about me. How would I even know myself if it wasn't for a challenge? Anybody can talk a good game, but what about when it presents itself? What are you going to do then? So that's what I want to do, share with you the truth about things. The truth is the light, and only the truth can set you free. When you turn your lights on, family, you see things that you didn't see before. Everything we learn is right in front of us originally, but why didn't we get it before? Because we were in the dark. Our lights wasn't shining bright enough. So the more you know, the more your light turns up, so you can see more in front of you. That was always there, because there's nothing new under the sun. But we want to continue to talk about this ultimate level of who we are, which is love. We are love. We are all that. So, family, we must be motivated once again to bring out the best version of ourselves, especially towards one another. Especially towards one another. And love, true love, is patience and kindness. But we must exercise that or execute that towards ourselves first. You have to have it to give it. But the hardest thing to do, family, is to forgive yourself, to be patient with yourself, to be kind to yourself. That's not an easy matter, especially when we've been messed up, to hate ourselves, to be hard on ourselves. We be going to these religious institutions that keep telling us that we are sinners and we are wretches. So it's not that easy to overcome that deep programming that's really in our DNA. 500 years of hating ourselves and telling us that we are nothing but sinners and wretches. It's a wonder any of us can think. Wow. But our God said that there will always be remnants. Many are called, but few are chosen. Who's going to qualify themselves? Who's going to embrace a process that can get you from A to B as straight as possible? I didn't say emotions, I said a process. And since there's nothing new under the sun, there's many processes. It's just like if the main destination is Broad Street, which is the main street in Philadelphia, then there's many ways to get there. But these religions, which is a way of life, which is to bind back, to remember where you come from, always remember that, we feel that all of them feel that they got the only answer. How can you have the only answer? We need to stop that. We need to stop our so-called leaders for telling us that we got the only answer. And so therefore, you'll never be a brother to another brother. You'll never be a sister to another sister. You'll never have a relationship with each other. We have to stop going for the okie doke. Our leaders are not real leaders. A lot of them have sold their souls. I already know that there are exceptions to the rules. When I talk, I don't talk in absolute terms. There's always, exceptions. But we need to not talk too much about the exceptions and look at the whole picture, especially when the majority determines the norm. And that's why I tell people, if that crazy stuff is the norm, just call me abnormal. Definitely. So, family, true love means that you have an unwavering, and unbreakable, and unparalleled tenderness and devotion towards one another. Whoo! I hope you heard what I said. That true love will cause you to have an unwavering and unbreakable and unparalleled tenderness and devotion towards one another. But always remember, you have to have it to give it. So let's do all we can to get our balance so that we can promote balance in each other. And that's what relationship is all about. We didn't get here by ourselves, so we're not going to make it by ourselves. Don't forget, in a relationship, a true relationship, true love is what? True love is not only wanting that person in your life, you need that person in your life. So we need each other more than ever before, because of look at what's happening in this world. The devil has shown his head to the fullest now, so we don't have to figure it out. We don't have to guess at it. Call it for what it is. If it is what it is, it's going to be what it's going to be. Don't be scared. Don't be a punk. Don't be a coward. Man up. Woman up. Man up. Own up. Because we have lost our future. And we are blaming them. We are blaming the effect instead of looking at the cause. How can you blame the effect when the effect came from a cause? And then we have the audacity to beg the enemy to straighten our problems out. Wow, how insane is that? The very one who poisoned us, we go to them to heal us. They're not even interested in healing us. They have the greatest hate that exists towards us. And we didn't do anything to them but civilize them. Especially when they came to those cold and rigid mountains that we call Caucasus Mountains. That's why they call Caucasians. They're related to the Caucasus Mountains. Again, their pineal gland, which goes straight through, directly through the brain, it gives you melanin, rhythm, spirituality, thinking, reasoning, love, respect, caring, happiness, benefit of the doubt. Theirs has calcified because they got stuck in time because everything up there is frozen. While we kept it moving because we are sun people. That's why we have color, rhythm, spirituality, a caring heart, happiness, benefit of the doubt, love, respect. That's what we have, family. And we must do all we can to get that back. We must go Sankofa on the enemy and go back and get it. because soon as they said integration, we forgot about who we were. They said, all right, we're equal. How can you be equal to somebody who had a 500-year jump on you and own everything? Even though what they owned, they stole it and took it. They robbed us. They murdered us. They raped us. They flipped us inside out. And we became our worst enemy. And we have the audacity to blame our children who just came on the scene. They didn't come here like that. They developed into that because of their environment. We have to create a different kind of environment so that they can have a better chance, a better start. And stop blaming them and pushing them to go to these dumbass schools that teaching them how to be fools. We need to develop our own schools right now. At this point in life, we need to develop our own schools. We got to go homeschool. I adopted 2 boys and I homeschooled them for 5 years. And after those 5 years, I put them back in the regular schools, and all that stuff was a cinch. It was nothing to them. They were well balanced. And then one of them, I put in a historical black school or university, which was Morehouse. He graduated from Morehouse. I'm just sharing with you what the Creator has blessed me with in order to give back. I didn't have that opportunity. I went to Temple University. It was all right, but it ain't nothing like your own. So family, we must do all we can to regain our balance and stop blaming each other. It's not our fault for what happened to us, everything that happened to us, but we still have an obligation and responsibility to do something about it. Let me say that again. It's not all our fault for what happened to us, but we still have an obligation and a responsibility to do something about it. So we have to know who we are in order to do something about it. Going to schools for chickens and we are eagles. Even though both of them birds, one don't fly and the other one flies high as it can be. And that's what we are, the eagles. But they want to keep us below the chicken level. It is what it is, family. So with that in mind, family, I remember a lot when we say, I love someone unconditionally. That's not even possible because everything has conditions. Everything that exists have conditions. There's no such thing as unconditional. If it's unconditional, why you get mad at them then? Why you get upset with them then? How come you don't have that mad love for them constantly? What about reciprocating? What about respect? What about expectations? Aren't they conditions? So we need to stop saying all the cliches that we got from the enemy. They don't even believe them. And we embrace them and run with it. Always remember, everything that exists has conditions, or it wouldn't exist. So let's write all these cliches down and burn them and get it over, said and done. Because we don't believe them anyway. So, family, to sum it all up about true love, I like to say to you that true love provides support. And true love also provides inspiration towards one another to motivate us, encourage us to be the best human being we can be. So true love is supportive and inspirational towards one another to motivate us to bring out the best human being that we can be, to honor and represent our God and the ancestors, to honor and represent. Yes, so family, everything that exists has a foundation, including love. Love by itself cannot stand. That's why Tina Turner made this song, What Love Got to Do with It. And what she was really saying is love by itself can stand or to be an emotional thing, and that's it. But it also has to have the mental part to it. So the foundation of love is respect. Remember when we was coming up? They never told us to love because we didn't know nothing about love, but they told us to respect. And the first thing you do is respect yourself. And then you will have something to give and to offer. So again, family, the foundation of love is respect. Let's show respect for one another first, and then you can build on the foundation of respect, which is love, or anything else that you feel that is necessary to develop that oneness. And always remember, family, in conclusion, to love ye one another. But first you have to have it to give it. You have to have it to give it. So everything starts at home. Not a building, but your mind. And always remember that love, true love, is forever. It also purifies. And it also not only purifies, but it causes you to go to another level. It causes you to transform, in other words. So true love is forever. True love purifies, and true love causes you to transform. We talking about the trueness of things, family, not this old weak stuff that they have given us. They have no love. They have no loyalty. They are miserable. They are haters. They are unhappy people. They would turn on one another in no time flat. Because of our environment with them, that's the way we are now, and we must come out of it because that's not our reality. Let's love ye one another because it's necessary. The God in me is the God in you. And we must believe that. Family, I pray that you got something out of this video, this amazing topic, this deep topic of love. And let's always keep in mind that it's an intense feeling of deep affection. It's not surface, it's a deep thing. But it must start with self. Because if you love yourself, you love God. You get 2 for 1 because the essence of us is God. So family, I love you. I bless you, and I want you to prosper. Do your best and let God do the rest. You got to know when to hold and know when to fold. Stay strong and keep your faith where it belongs. Because life is for the living, truly. Life is for the living. Let the dead bury the dead. We have to secure our future, which is our children. And we got to do all we can to make that happen, because the children are the little us. They came from us, and we must protect that, to protect ourselves, which is our future. And stop blaming them, thinking that they're supposed to know better. How can they know better when we never showed them or taught them better? And our only solution is community, not neighborhoods, not hoods, but community, common unity. We got to get that back. We used to have it, but when they gave us integration, we turned our backs on it. Everybody went for themselves. So we got to come back together as one. Keep your lights on and keep them bright at all times. Keep your head towards the universe where all strength comes from, and never give up and never, ever, ever, ever give in, no matter how things seem, which is emotions, because everything is, always was, and always will be in divine order. God don't make no mistakes, but we do. But when you learn from your mistakes, it's all good. So keep on growing and keep on learning. You can't go wrong. And learning can be painful, but you cannot beat the blessings. We got to understand that. Remember, no pain, no gain? Do we really believe that? We say a lot of things we don't believe, but it sounds good, doesn't it? So stop faking yourself out and faking each other out. Let's be true. Let's be real. Let's have love for ourselves and one another with respect. Love with respect. Family, let's go back to our original selves and clean our house out and go back to the original diet, which is let the food from the tree be your meat. Fruits, vegetables, grains, seeds be your meat. It didn't say animals. If animals is dead, how can it promote life? We kill it at least 3 times. We kill it originally, drain the blood out of it. Some of them still got blood in it. Then we cook it, kill it again. Then if we have leftovers, we kill it again. Wow. How in the world can you get life out of that? When petrification sets, as soon as the rigor sets in, as soon as the animal dies. What's rigor? Rot. Remember that tender meat? Oh man, it melt in your mouth. The more rotten it is, the more tender it is. I'm just telling you the truth. I've been vegan ever since the 70s. And we need to challenge ourselves to go back to our original ways. And if you're not, the hell will continue. And let the herbs from the fields be the healing of the nation. Not this poisonous medication, this chemical or laboratory stuff that these white folks and all these other kinds of Caucasians, let them give it to each other. Our bodies don't need that. We're earthly people. This body came from the earth, and it goes back to the earth. But my reality goes back to the source and transforms into something else. So let's be motivated to be the best version of who we really are, to please our God and our ancestors. We owe it to one another so that we can have a better future. Family, happy new journey, happy new you, happy new life. This is Dr. Sadiki Baye, your servant. And I appreciate you, and I always will. Peace, Hotep, and Baraka.